Before this video even starts, I just want to reiterate everything you're about to see in the following video is legal. It is legal here. It may not be legal where you are, but no laws were broken in the making of this video. Please enjoy. Hi everyone, I'm Nick and this is the TbT channel. In this video we're going to be taking a look at this 12 bore side-by-side hammer gun, and we are going to turn it into a reproduction, replica, call it what you will, coach gun from the West. I wanted to make one of these for a while. I wanted to get one for a while. They don't really come up, but I did. If you trawl back through the videos I've done, I did make a 16 bore sawn off shotgun several years ago, mildly disturbed max, but it wasn't a hammer gun. It was 16 bore, which is just a pain in the bottom, and I've been looking for a project like this ever since, and here is one. Now this gun is not in great condition, but it's not too bad. It's not by a good maker, but it's all right. It's not collectible, it's not valuable, and for those reasons amongst others I've decided to saw it off at 18.5 inches to make it into a coach gun. Now let me just tell you, because I know some people say no, leave it. I'm going to show you why I'm quite happy to saw this off and not keep it the length it is. As you can see, the end of the barrel, the rest of it, not too bad at all, as you'd expect for 120 years old or 150 years old, whatever it is. But here it's bad, and when you turn it over, there's actually a hole here. So the gun really does need to lose that end piece. So that end of it has to go. There's a hole in it, it's badly pitted. If I were to use it in this condition, it would be dangerous. So it's actually safer to saw it off, and it's what I'm going to do. So what I need to do next is search for a tape measure and some tape. Now the tape is so that, and a pen over there, the tape is so that I can mark where I want to cut it on the tape rather than on the steel. So from this point here to 18 inches is the legal length, so I'm going to add half an inch there, and I'm going to just put this tape to the 18.5 inches there. Double check it, measure twice, go to prison. Nice. No, that doesn't work, does it? And then I'm just going to tape off around there, square. There we go. The next thing I want to do is, I've got the little bead on the front of here. I want to save him because I'm going to drill and pop that at the rear there. So they're usually just screwed in, so a little tweak ought to do it like that. And then he comes undone. There we are. The little bead, we'll put him aside until later. Right, let's go find the cut-off machine. There we go. Nice. Well, that was relatively easy, wasn't it? There's the offending article with the hole in it and all the nasty pitting. I'll use that to make a set of binoculars for action there or something, not sure. So as you can see, I did cut to the conservative side of that line, so this is probably now, what length do we have? 18 5/8. So 5/8 over the legal minimum, which is good. Now it's a little bit rough and ready around the ends there, so what I'm going to do is find my file, and I'm just going to smooth things out at the end, and then I shall return to drill a hole for the bead. That just took a few seconds of cleaning. Let's just get my vernier gauge to see what size, my vernier gauge and my glasses to see what size I need for the bead. 2.5 millimeters. So I'm going to try a 2, and then I'm going to try and tap it. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. If not, I'll go 2.5 and epoxy it, because that'll work as well. Okay, safety first. Always remember this when sawing down your shotgun. Safety glasses. Could take a while. This isn't a very good drill bit. I'm not wanting to put too much pressure on it because it's such a tiny drill bit. I don't actually want to snap it. Let's see if we've got anywhere. There we are. Let's see if we can grip onto that. And take that out. Remove our protective film. As you can see, it's a little bit shiny where I've just cut it off, still warm. Didn't take much, just a little bit of emery actually. I didn't bother with the file, I just used emery inside and out to smooth it. It's going to take a few weeks just with treatment with water, carefully with water, just to match the pattern with the rest of it. I had considered actually finishing the gun the same as I did with the 16 bore with some stove paint, heat proof paint, because that really lasts well and made it look quite good. But actually I want this to look like a 100+ year old gun that came from the West, and the only way I'm going to do that is to leave it as a 100-year-old gun. So that's it. It really was as quick as you saw there, just lopping the end off, drilling the hole, and away it goes. But I've got me a Wild West coach gun. Now I suppose the only thing left to do now is to take it down the range and just put a few shots through. Here we are at the range, ready to test the gun out. Now, the term coach gun goes back to the Wild West. It goes back to a time when the coach driver would have a guard with him, and the guard would have a shotgun for protection. Now, they weren't called coach guns at the time. The name came much later by modern collectors. At the time, they were called cut-down guns, because what they were a standard, cheap, long bird shooting shotgun that somebody would buy, and then they would cut it down to between 18 and 24 inches barrel length for use for self-defense. So they were a cut down gun from the outset. So this one is actually pretty apt, considering that's exactly what I've done. I've got a cheap gun that was about to be scrapped because the end of the barrel was completely useless. It is now, as you can see from its case, very portable. So what we've done is take away the last, I don't know, what would it have been, about 12 inches or something like that off of the end of the barrel, the part with the choke. The coach guards didn't need the choke. They weren't hunting birds at long range. They were using it. It was basically a Wild West equivalent of bugger off. That's all the gun was for, to get people to go away and leave them alone. Famously, Wyatt Earp used one, although his was 10 bore, at the gunfight at the OK Corral. He shot somebody at such a close range with his sawn off 10 bore that the doctor or undertaker, I can't remember which, actually said he could cover the wound with the palm of his hand, so he must have been pretty close. But they were used for that. That was their purpose. So I've got some shells here. They are, what are they? They are 34 grams of number 9 2.5 inch. So we're not going for high power. I don't want to put high power rounds through a 100+ year old gun, for very obvious reasons. Now I'm going to get safe. I've been very lucky in that I've managed to find some more authentic Wild West safety goggles and ear defenders, electronic ones, some of the very first. These are Wells Fargo ear defenders. So this is going to kick like a donkey, I just know it. Let's find a couple of shells and go for it. I've put a paper target out at 10 metres, but I'm going to shoot that afterwards. I'm just going to put a couple through it first to get the feel of the thing. You've got to love a hammer gun though, haven't you? There she goes. And again. Well, it fires, and as expected, it kicks. But you know, it's a 12 bore. It's not particularly heavy. Let's just have a little look down there. That's looking pretty. Actually cleaner, if anything. A couple more in there. That's going nicely. Right. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put another couple through first, actually. I've forgotten how much I like a 12 bore. I think my first 12 bore was a hammer gun, basically because they were so cheap to buy back in the day. Right, now I've got that out of my system, let's pop one into the target. As mentioned, the target is at 10 metres. See if I can do some fancy zooming. I can. Don't know if it's enough that we'll be able to actually see where the shot goes. That'll do for jazz. Right, a couple more of these groovers. It is 10 metres away. It is a 100+-year-old gun. Let's hope I can still hit what I'm aiming at. Okay. A brief cut while we walk up, then we'll have a look at the shot pattern. 2 barrels at 10 metres. I hit the bullseye, and up there, and over there, and down there. You can see why it was used for what it was used for. You just point it and fire and you're going to hit what you're aiming at. It's an awesome gun and an awesome piece of history. And there you have it, my coach gun. A week ago this was destined for the skip. It was in a pile of guns about to be cut into pieces and literally thrown away. I saw some potential in it. I saw the fact if I chopped the manky part of the barrel off, I could turn it into something I've always wanted, and I will keep, and this will become a gun that's loved and used, and it will stay around and be used for its intended purpose. To me, that's worth it. Saving a gun from the skip, putting it to use. And I know other people down here, when I come on a Sunday morning, other people are going to want to try it too. And that's what it's all about. It's all about interesting guns and shooting interesting things. Please like, subscribe, hit notifications. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again. Goodbye.